Welcome back. With us here on ETNow, in focus is Partex NV. A very special conversation tonight with the founding team of Partex NV, talking to us amongst other things about AI, tech and also healthcare and their focus on it. Listen.
Partex NV is a platform of businesses that operate in the area of life sciences, healthcare and deep tech. With a unique approach that focuses on three main building blocks of data, AI and assets, Partex wants to become a digital pharma. Partex is striving to innovate for patients, customers and partners on different levels.
Gunjan, thanks for your time, and I want to start today's interview and conversation by talking about Partex and why there has been a need for a digital pharma platform.
Healthcare industry requires a transformation. Each year, $200 billion are spent by big pharma on research and development, and we get only 50 novel drug approvals each year. That's $4 billion spent per novel drug approval each year. At the same time, the redundancy in innovation is extremely high. A university starts an experiment today, it fails, and a second university or a research institute would start the same experiment some kilometers away. Not just in India, in Europe, in every country in the world. The story remains the same.
Sure.
Patients are rendered helpless. They suffer with information asymmetry. When someone is diagnosed with a life-threatening disease such as cancer, they all call their friends and family to find out who the top expert for his or her cancer type and disease state is. What are the alternatives with respect to therapies? Where are clinical studies taking place where they could participate in and have a chance of survival? With all of this, we also know medical knowledge is doubling itself every 73 days. Mountains and mountains of exploding data and an industry that remains in the Middle Ages. It's a no-brainer that with AI, artificial intelligence and deep tech, we can transform this industry. Healthcare industry is calling for transformation. Someone has been repurposing drugs, someone has been trying to automate certain processes. Some other companies have been looking at annotating data and preparing it for artificial intelligence to fasten drug discovery and development. We saw similar movement in other industries as well. In automotive industry, big original equipment manufacturers, OEMs invested in battery technologies, new drive chain technologies, and what you saw was Tesla coming from nowhere with its current market cap more than the combined market cap of the top 10 automotive manufacturers. It happened in banking with N26 and Revolut. We believe Partex would be the next digital pharma. It would be a Tesla for the healthcare industry. Why do we say so? The three most important constituents of the healthcare value chain are covered by Partex: data, decision making and drug assets. I grew up in India, went to Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, and eventually landed up, as luck had it, in Germany, wherein I did my PhD and worked for consulting companies, Boston Consulting Group and Ernst & Young. When my first boss and a very dear friend was diagnosed with a life-threatening disease, that was the first time I saw hopelessness staring right into my eyes.
Okay.
And that's the trigger that started this journey in creating Partex, the first digital pharma globally that we are continuously building for an impact on humanity's longevity and health.
In Partex, I understand you are finding solutions for those challenges that are very complex and haven't found a solution so far. What drives you and gives you that kind of passion, Gunjan?
Simon Sinek says, why has to be at the core. For any company, for any endeavor, it's important that the purpose sits right at the core. We are truly driven with the ambition of creating an impact on humanity's health. We want to reduce the clinical trials failure rates by 50%. We want to launch 10 to 15% more drugs each year, and not just do that by our own, but enabling other companies,
Sure.
other partners, in order to get that scale. And we want to create an ecosystem with the Amrit ecosystem, wherein patients can monetize their own data to avail different services.
In Partex, I understand you are finding solutions for those challenges that are very complex and haven't found a solution so far. What drives you and gives you that kind of passion, Gunjan?
For decision making, you need data. Decision making can be optimized, can be made more efficient, faster, using artificial intelligence. But even for that, you need data. The entire world today is annotating data together manually, putting it, aggregating it together, and supplying it to big pharmas and biotechs. Where does this data originate from? It originates from patients. Why should patients not get the lion's share of the value that their data holds? Imagine a paradigm where any patient can license his or her data directly to a drug discovery program.
Sure.
With what they can get in lieu of that, which is Amrit, they could avail not just treatment but also various services that they need at that specific stage of their disease. Be it a second opinion, be it information around who are the experts, what the alternatives are, or if there is an opportunity to participate in a clinical study. That's what Amrit ecosystem is all about. It's healthcare by the patients, for the patients. And no wonder we have a tremendous brand ambassador in Yuvraj Singh, the god of cricket, for the Amrit ecosystem.
Acquiring drug assets from big pharma and bringing them to a completely different level, that takes a high level of innovation. What is that process like, Gunjan? Can you talk to us about that?
There are three factors that give us that confidence. One is technology. We apply technology to see in real time what the best clinical development path for any drug and candidate could be. There are hundreds of drug candidates in big pharma pipelines. And they do portfolio reviews, but these reviews take time. They do once a year, once every 18 months, once every 2 years. With the technology that we have, we could do it at almost real time.
Sure.
As medical knowledge is doubling itself at a very rapid pace, the extant evidence changes very quickly. And very important, we are not just looking at our own drug discovery pipeline. We are looking at all potential drugs that could be combined with this specific drug candidate.
Amit is here with us on the show as well. Amit, what can you tell us about the kind of work that's really happening out of this office?
Well, we are trying to build a truly digital pharma company. In the pursuit of doing so, we built a decision support platform called OntoSite. This platform is the world's largest auto-scaling knowledge graph. It's built over 32 million strong ontology of unique biomedical entities, which runs over 200 million plus pages of content, generating over 1 trillion connections.
Okay.
So when you actually combine all of this and put the AI at scale, it starts to solve very complex problems that the pharma faces today, such as predicting the success, probability of success of a clinical trial,
Sure.
or repurposing a drug, or even identifying a novel biomarker for a specific condition, and so on and so forth.
The area that you are working in is very niche, Amit, and I'm curious to understand how you managed to find and attract the kind of talent for such a niche area.
We hire our talent from the top institutes in the country. Our talent pool includes data scientists, top engineers, as well as medical experts such as PhDs, physicians, as well as surgeons in some cases.
Sure.
Quite honestly, it has been a learning experience even for us to retain such a high talent and keep them motivated all the times. We have nurtured a culture very unique to us, which is work hard and play hard. As you would have noticed by now on the floor, the play zone is right in the center of the office premises. People can take constructive breaks, can go and play a game of TT, foosball, challenge their colleagues over a game of chess, and many things can happen and bondings can take place when they come together and play.
We understand you have several technology patents that have been granted. How do you ensure that you're maintaining this very innovation-centric work culture?
Well, I would like to attribute primarily to innovation-driven work culture. You would be surprised to know that of the 62 patent grants that we have so far, a vast majority of them indeed are in the names of those who haven't even finished 5 years of their career. Why did this happen? It's because when we give them very complex tasks to solve, it makes them think out of the box.
Sure.
And thinking out of the box starts to generate newer ideas. And once these newer ideas come to the forth, we immediately put them up for our patentability checks.
All right, Amit, thanks for your time. Out of time on tonight's conversation. If you have any feedback for us, do let us know. Our details on your screens as we speak. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.